How we doing? How we doing? This is Destination Denver, Colorado, and today I'm giving you 10 reasons living in or moving to Lakewood, Colorado is for you in 2024, and we're starting right now. All right, this is Destination Denver, Colorado. I'm your host, Jimmy Evertson. Listener, if you're interested in learning all the ins and outs, pros and cons to moving to or around Denver, Colorado, then this is a channel for you. So the subscribe button and notification icon you see on your screen, make sure you click on that as I'm dropping new videos for you each and every week. And as much as I do my best to be a little educational here on camera, I'm also a licensed mortgage broker covering the entire state of Colorado and team with some of Denver's most talented realtors. And we're helping people move here each and every day. So the number and email you see on your screen, know that I am always the person answering your phone calls, answer your texts, answer your emails, there when and if you need me. Now that we're done with that fun-filled stuff, let's get to what we're here for, and that is 10 reasons living in or moving to Lakewood, Colorado in 2024 is for you. So before I get started, I do want to send a special thanks to our active military members, our veterans. This video will post just a couple days after Veterans Day. As a fellow veteran myself, I salute you and appreciate you for your service and the sacrifices you have given for all of us. Now on to the wonders of Lakewood, Colorado, my native land. So I was born and raised in Lakewood. After leaving for the military, ended up coming back about 12 years later and have lived here for the last 10 years roughly. So first reason that someone should consider living in or moving to Lakewood, Colorado is its location. I think we have one of the best locations in all of the Denver metro area. Why is that? Because we have access to two of the best factors of Denver, or I should say of Colorado. One, quick access into Denver. From where I live, I could be to Denver in 10 to 15 minutes. I'm downtown around all of the amenities, and I avoid most of the traffic for it. And then, obviously, you have the Rockies to our west. We're right on the Front Range. So within, again, another 15 to 20 minutes, I can leave my house and be in the canyons of the Rocky Mountains. Now, most of Lakewood, there are areas of Lakewood where your drive to Denver may be slightly longer. It might be 20, 25 minutes, whereas your drive to the mountains now becomes 10 or vice versa. So the location of Lakewood really gives us the best of both worlds. Tying into that, point number two would be that because of its location, it really caters to any lifestyle that you live. If you're a big city person, if you're the type that wants to go down to restaurants, museums, shops, theaters, sporting events, Denver is right there for you. You can get to it quick. And Lakewood has some of those amenities already itself. And then if you're a big outdoors person, obviously you have the mountains, you have parks, which we're gonna get to. You have a lot there. So not only do you have access, again, to Denver and to the mountains, but you also have a lot within the communities to take care of you. So whatever that lifestyle is, Lakewood tends to fit within your needs. Third up on the list, and a lot of this is because of how big Lakewood is, but it's just got some great neighborhoods and a lot of different living options. So, for example, the first few years that I was back in Lakewood, I was in a part of Lakewood just a couple blocks away from Sloan's Lake, which is closer to Denver, a really great community, great lake. And so part of Lakewood is right there. Obviously, Lakewood connects with Denver. So you're really close to areas like Sloan's Lake, areas like the Highlands, and then you're just a hop, skip, and a jump over to Denver. As you continue moving west, you've got these other great neighborhoods. You get up Colfax into the West Colfax Village, some newer construction townhomes, great communities there. And then you got areas like Green Mountain, which is where I grew up. You've got Belmar, which I'm right across from. Belmar is a great area that we'll talk about later in this video. And then neighborhoods like Tamarisk and Bear Creek Village. And among the most popular is Solterra. So Solterra is on the western slope of Lakewood. Basically, from Solterra, you go any farther west and you are in the mountains. You see the canyons, you see the mountains from Solterra. Just a beautiful community, extremely popular for Lakewood. So again, no matter how you want to live, your apartments, your townhomes, your condos, your houses, your big lots with, mature trees, your newer construction. Not as much new construction in Lakewood, I would mention that, but just about anything you want, Lakewood's gonna have for you. Up next on list number 4 is schools. And listen, this applies whether or not you are going to school, have children that might go to school, if schools affect you. I always tell people, I would always do your due diligence on crime in schools, just because, especially if you're going to buy a home somewhere, that may not impact you. I think crime impacts all of us, but it may not impact you, but it will certainly impact your sale. So schools, highly rated throughout Lakewood, Jefferson County, pretty highly rated by bestschools.com, niche.com. Lakewood High School, which was actually our rival, if you will, going back to my playing days, wearing a Letterman's jacket. That's not true. That was not me. But Lakewood High School was actually just rated number 2 by niche.com in all of Jefferson County out of, I believe, 39 high schools. I'm going to double check that, but I believe it is 39 high schools. They were number 2. So kudos to the Lakewood Tigers. We still whooped your butt every year. Just saying. And tied into that also within Lakewood, you've got Red Rocks Community College, you've got Colorado Christian University, which is not too far from me at all. So higher education opportunities as well. Number 5 on the list, and some people will cheat and they'll say we have 100, but Lakewood technically has 99 parks. Parks are everywhere, from big places where people are playing sports and all sorts of stuff to, little parks for the kids. Among the 2 most popular, you've got Bear Creek Lake Park, which is like almost Morrison. It's right on the edge of Lakewood, but it's got a couple great, I'd say, lakes. They're going to be ponds for some of you, but great for the closest thing we get to a beach. A couple golf courses out that way as well, which we'll get into. I'm getting ahead of myself. And then you have William F. Hayden Park, or Green Mountain Park. So if you are leaving Denver and you're heading up 6th Avenue, if you look straight ahead, because 6th Avenue you can just see all the way up to the mountains, the mountain directly in front of you is Green Mountain, is William F. Hayden. Thousands of acres. You've got trails, whether you're running, biking. Do watch out. There's the occasional rattlesnake. I will throw that out there. But just a great place to visit. And that, again, those are only 2 of the 99 parks we have to choose from. Number 6, and I'm going to kind of kick myself for not putting this one further, because I'm going outdoors, then I'm going to talk about this, then I'm going to go outdoors again. But number 6 is affordability. Now, parts of Lakewood are going to be pricier than others, I think it goes for saying, and cost of living, groceries, utilities, things like that. I think it's going to be on par with Denver. We're not that much different. But because of how big Lakewood is, because of the difference in communities and options you have, affordability as far as housing can be better than some other areas that you might be looking at. I think I would compare Lakewood in many ways to Aurora because of their size and because of how many different neighborhoods and the styles of different neighborhoods, whether it's renting or buying, you can find different levels of affordability. Whereas if you're looking in smaller communities or smaller suburbs, there's just not as many different options, or those options are, a bit more scarce. So again, affordability should have been earlier, because we're going to jump right back outside and we're going to talk about number 7, which is Belmar, which is basically the area I live in. I'm actually next to Belmar Park, but Belmar, so Lakewood does have a slight knock to it, and that is the fact that Lakewood doesn't really have a downtown. It doesn't have this stretch of road with coffee shops and everything like other communities around Denver, Arvada, Littleton, Parker. All of those areas have a downtown. Lakewood does not. The closest thing currently that Lakewood has is Belmar. And Belmar is a large walking mall, shops, restaurants, all of those things. Movie theaters, bowling alley. I'm just naming random amenities that won't matter to you until you're there, but just a lot of access points there. And around Belmar, they built a lot of townhomes and apartments, some really nice communities to live in all throughout Belmar. It's a very popular place to visit and to live. So Belmar is going to be great for your outdoors. Right across the street, well, I guess Belmar is in two pieces, but right across the street from the main part of Belmar is Belmar Park. And within Belmar Park, you've got a couple small lakes, some great walking trails. You've got a little outdoor amphitheater where multiple times during the summer, every Wednesday or Thursday, I'm gonna keep getting this mixed up. It's probably why my wife and I keep forgetting to get to it. But they'll have different events. They'll have different concerts going on. Some of them are just outstanding. And within Belmar, you also have the Lakewood Heritage Center. So you've got like this mini old town that they put together. You've got a civic center over there. You've got a little concert hall, indoor concert hall, and they'll have a lot of festivals and festive areas there. They'll have an Italian festival. They'll have a cider festival where you can get one of those big old turkey bones. You feel like you're in Game of Thrones. And I would tell you to go visit the lights in Belmar every Christmas, but I just found out they're not doing it this year. Belmar. But I mean, outside of that, still an outstanding place to check out. It also has a lot of horse trails. So if you have dogs like mine that don't quite lose their mind about horses but don't love them, just keep that in mind. Number 8, staying outdoors. This is almost a reminder to myself that I need to golf more or learn to golf, and that is Lakewood has some great golf itself, and we also have quick access to some other great golf courses. Among the best that you're going to find in Lakewood is at the Lakewood Country Club, or at Fox Hollows is a very popular golf course. And nearby to Lakewood, or kind of right on our cusp, is Bear Creek Country Club, one of the nation's best golf courses, as I have been told many, many times, and also Fossil Trace, which is up at Golden, but a great course, and again, within 15 minutes of me. So am I kind of cheating that that's not Lakewood? Maybe, but I mean, it's golf. Like, you're willing to have that amenity. If you want to live on Bear Creek Country Club, I have at it. I will help you by there. And our last couple, number 9, public transportation is pretty strong in Lakewood. Reason for that, one, we're one of the areas with a light rail system. Now, light rail is going to be specific. You know, there's areas where you're going to be 5, 10, maybe 15 minutes to a light rail station where you can park and take it wherever you're going. For others, that drive is going to be a bit more. If you're like really in the suburbs, like if you're in Solterra, odds are you're not using the light rail. But light rail is very popular here. And because of how easy some of our streets are getting down to Denver, the bus system is very helpful. And that was a lot of feedback I got from clients that lived in Lakewood, is they liked the public transportation options that they had in Lakewood. And number 10, and again, I'm gonna tell everybody, make sure that you're doing your research when it comes to crime, but when it comes to the majority of neighborhoods in Lakewood, safety is highly rated, and it's something that people in the community. Now, I think, you know, crime rates do tend to follow your more congested areas, but as I talk to people who, you know, I grew up with, people who still live in the area, people I've helped move to the area, one of the things that I really enjoy about Lakewood, something that really makes me feel good, is that I feel safe in Lakewood. I feel safe with my wife and my child walking around with my dogs. You know, the people I speak to talk about how they feel safe in their communities, going to their parks, going to their amenities. So obviously, I'll always urge, do your due diligence. But you know, the feedback you'll get is most of the areas of Lakewood, you know, you're going to feel safe. And I gotta sneak in a little bonus, because I wouldn't be doing justice to you about Lakewood if I didn't. But 2 of my favorite restaurants reside in Lakewood. One a little more well-known than the other. So the first one is Simms Steakhouse. Been around since I was a little kid. Used to be called Simms Landing. It's right up 6th Avenue. You kind of can't miss it as you hit 6th and Union. But Simms, or 6th and Simms, sorry, if you turn right at Simms. But Simms Steakhouse, fantastic place. My wife and I love going there. And here, I'm gonna save your life right now. Cafe Giordano's. Cafe Giordano's, located on Kipling and Jewel in Lakewood. It's in a strip mall, little place that if you're not from Lakewood, you're probably like, why am I going to the strip mall in Lakewood? It's because the Italian family that owns that restaurant has owned it for multiple decades. They took one little shop, now, you know, opened it into 2. You know, they bought the area next to it. Their food is fantastic. One of my absolute favorite restaurants ever to go to. I love taking my family there. We've been going for decades. Had my rehearsal dinner there for my wedding. Phenomenal. And I know that's why you watched this video. You were like, Jimmy is going to tell us a couple places we can go eat. I'm just going to sit here for 15 minutes and listen to him. But hey, if you got some food spots you want to talk about, that's the perfect time to hit me up. My number and email, popping up on your screen, knowing that I am always the person. Answer your phone call, answer your text, answer your emails. There when and if you need me. Thanks again to our active military and veterans out there. My love and salute to you. This is Destination Denver, Colorado. I'm your host, Jim Everett. That was 10 reasons for living or moving to Lakewood, Colorado in 2024. Till I see you next time.